Need some fast, cheap, reliable MUT coins? Go to MMOXP.com and use discount code MONEYSHOT for 5% off your order. Link in the description below. Welcome back, YouTubers and Madden fans. This is Madden Money Shot, sniffing out the Madden cheese as always. Got some plays for you today out of the New Orleans Saints playbook. Some of the plays I'm going to show you I originally found out of the Falcons playbook, and I noticed that the formation is in a lot of different books. I think it's also in the Bucks. I put out a lot of plays from the Bucks recently, so I don't want to keep doing from them. I'm trying to mix it up. And the Saints is a book that, you know, it's one of the best books in the game every year, and I really wanted to push it with a brand new scheme out of a brand new formation. But like I said, the wing stack, it was really only like 5 or 6 books. I really went through most of the books before I found towards the back end. A lot of books had it. I think the Jets have it. You know, I'm not 100% sure, but check your favorite books, see if they have the wing stack. Really underutilized formation. To me, this formation's really about some of the pass plays. Most importantly, my favorite one, the spot stick. Now, this is something that EA tried to patch. It's a very similar concept from something that I put out prior. Luckily, though, they actually made it worse. Like, they patched it so that it essentially doesn't work the same, but it actually is even more explosive now. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about in this video. So, first off, I really like 3 pass plays and probably 2 run plays. So I'm going to do what I typically do, put these all into a scheme. Like I said, it's a really good formation whether you want to run or pass. But like I said, my favorite pass play is definitely spot stick. So we're going to start off with that. Before I start the video, though, I just want to thank my new sponsors at MMOXP.com. If you guys are looking to buy some coins for your MUT team, you can do that there, and you can support me by supporting them and buying your coins through them. And make sure to use discount code MONEYSHOT so they know that you came from my site, from my channel. Other than that, let's get into the video. So, very similar concept to some plays that I put out prior. All I really want to do to make this X route super glitchy and pretty much beat every defense is streak the B route. Now, pre-patch, it was totally broken doing that. Like, they patched to it to the point where the cornerbacks and the safeties, they react a lot quicker. So it's a little bit different, but to me, they actually made it even better to a certain regard. So like I said, I'll go over that when I get to the cover 3. You're going to see how explosive this play is. But to make this play work against just about any defense, I'm going to block the running back first, streak the B route every time, put the A route on a drag, and then put the RB route on a streak. And that's going to make this a super effective play against, like I said, just about every defense. So, starting off, like I said, we're going to go coverage to coverage. This is cover 2, Tampa 2. We're just going to go, you know, like I said, play to play. We could also, from certain time to time, smart routing. Ginn is going to be smart. That'll make him break at the 10-yard mark rather than a little bit past. Like right now, he's breaking at about the 12-yard mark. I find it just makes it a little bit of a better route, but by no means is it 100% necessary. So let's go ahead and let's run this. Like I said, against cover 2, it's probably going to be the most effective. It's definitely designed to go right through the cover 2 gap between the cornerback and the safety. Pretty much everything on this field is just designed to maximize Ginn and the X route. Make sure you put your fastest, best receiver there. I really didn't go over that or mention that. But these are all just either clear out routes or meant to pull coverage for Ginn. So on this particular play, the only 2 options, and that's what makes this play really good and easy, is Ginn and Cook. Cook will be your check down, obviously. So, I mean, you're not really going to need him because Ginn's going to pretty much beat just about everything. Against cover 2, it's obviously a really big play because of where it angles between the safety and the cornerback. So now we're in cover 3. I went ahead and I switched Ginn and Thomas because I'm going to need Ginn to do something a little bit more than pull coverage this particular play. But in the past, you could do the exact same thing. You could do, you know, Ginn would get open outside of cover 3, cover 4. It didn't really matter. You're going to see it still has, you know, there's a throwing window, but it's obviously a much tighter. You can still get that in there sometimes, but you don't need to, because the bottom line is the way that they patched this, they actually made it even better against cover 3 to the point where now I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to bomb it up that seam. Watch how that, you know, you basically get that guy splitting the safety, and then I just have a streak just right up the seam to the point where it's pretty much a home run touchdown now. So like I said, they tried to patch it, but they just went ahead and made it better. Let's go ahead and let's watch the replay real quick just so you can see what happened. But essentially, like I said, they patched this to the point where this outside cornerback now just reacts to the post route, which wasn't the way before. Typically, this clear out route in the past would pull this all the way back, But now, based off of the fact that they want it to react to that lower route, you can see how he just gives me a lane, and now I'm just bullet passing it inside. If I have a faster tight end, this will be even more of a dramatic approach, because essentially he's pulling. I mean, he doesn't even really pull the safety that much, but you can see it's just, I'm just sprinting up the sideline, and since he's backpedaling, he's just going to get beat pretty much every time. So because of the way that they patch this defense against plays like this, now you can see how you're just creating an even more dangerous play. So like I said, I'm just waiting for that cornerback to react enough, and then I'm just bombing it up. And if I had a real speed guy, I mean, he gets kind of fast. He's a 92 speed, but just imagine if I had a real speed guy doing this. So, it's plays like this. I can just imagine they'll probably be patching this again pretty soon. So here we go. Like I said, waiting for that cornerback. He's just streaking past this guy. You know what I mean? Like, you shouldn't be able to get past cover 3 safety that easy. Typically, you're going to see those type of plays where you have like a crossing receiver. I don't know if I have any in the preset audibles, but typically like something like this. Like if you're going to hit a home run against cover 3, I don't know if this particular play will work, but this is typically how you have your cover 3 home run plays. If I can put this guy into a comeback route, like this is your typical cover 3 touchdown look. You know what I mean? And a lot of times when you do this, like your user won't see that comment. They'll see it developing, and they'll cross and follow it. I mean, you can see it doesn't really even work here. But that's typically how the cover 3 one-play touchdowns work in the game. So, I mean, there's one-play touchdowns like that, which people typically see coming because it's pretty common knowledge. But nobody's going to see this coming. So if I really, like I said, once again, if I really want to create space, I could also motion out the X route. I mean, there's a couple different ways, but obviously you draw attention if you do these additional motions. You draw attention to what you're doing, but it's fine because, like I said, nobody's going to cover that streak. People see, those crossing routes, and they're running cover 3. A lot of people are savvy enough to know what's coming, but you can always hit them with this. Nobody's going to cover that seam. I mean, that's just not going to happen. So like I said right there, I had to throw a little bit early, but, it's just super easy. I mean, you can steal that all game. If I have my choice, I would like to do it without the motion, but sometimes you have to. You just need a little bit more space. You know what I mean? That might be the way to go. But realistically, you can see, like I said, it's just a huge lane if you do that, and nobody's going to use that lane. Nobody's going to use that gap. You know what I mean? So you have that option to make this even more successful, make it even easier. Just go ahead and let's do that. So like I said, one more time just to show how consistent it is. Timing is pretty much the only thing. I'm pass leading away from the safety, kind of a back shoulder throw, and you can see it's just destroying that. I'm going to go ahead and show real quick before I move on to the next formation. I just try to make sure that nobody has any issues saying that this game isn't on all Madden. It is. I haven't messed with any computer skill, nothing. So, I try to show this. Anytime I show something that really kind of breaks the game, I just want to show it. I mean, if I was running against All Pro, you can see how this would be doing even more damage. So let's go ahead and let's move on to cover 4. A true cover 4. I'll show a cover 4 quarters, possibly. I don't know. Maybe it won't make the cut, but I could also show that as well. So here we go. We have a regular cover 4. Like I said, I mean, you just motioning them out. You're going to have a window. You have to make that throw, bottom line. But you don't. Once again, you don't have to motion them out if you don't want to. It just, I find that it helps. But you can see how, like I said, there's a tight lane there. Even against cover 4, there's a tight throw there. But this is probably one of the better defenses when it comes to this play. This type of defense, I'd say, would probably give it the most trouble. As you can see right there, I mean, he's on his back pedal. Like I said, you're putting the ball in danger. It's a tight window, but there are plays to be made outside of cover 4. And you don't have to make any. You don't have to make any motions. You just don't. So it's really up to you if you decide to do that. Like I said, I would say smart routing would probably make the most sense. As you can see, I forgot to smart route it there, but that's your option. So I'm running this against man 0, but it really doesn't matter whether you're running it against man cover 2, man 1. It's always the same thing. And like I said, it's an instant open route. You can see how, it's just going to, depending on how good your receiver is, it really can break ankles out there. While this play can be really successful against man coverage, I find that it can actually do a pretty good job. To me, I run man pretty much all game. You can see right there, very shot in. I mean, I got a superstar wide receiver. That might be the reason why So that's a pretty good man option. You also have a pretty good man option if you decide to run the next play, which is the T spot. So the zig route, pretty much out of the same spot, is pretty much going to beat just about any man coverage. It's not going to be as big of a play, but you can dink and dunk somebody to death with a zig route against man coverage all game. You have some pretty good zone options as well. I mean, in a play like this, I typically would say the running back would be a really good first read. But these plays are really more dink and dunk. I mean, you can see how some of the other plays I show were a little bit more explosive. But that's fine. I mean, you can make a living dinking and dunking all game. I know I do. So split the field in half. Right here, I mean, the formation gives away whether it's man or not. So I know right off the bat I have my options. And then the A route's going to be the biggest play against man. Although that didn't look like it was man. It looked like it looked like a zone where they had it looking like a man pre-snap, which can happen sometimes. So that's pretty much how I'd run it. If it's a cover 3, you can also put again just on like a little flat route. But it does not look like a cover 3, so that's not going to be the way right here. But that would be a good cover 3 option. So that's it. I'm going to end the vid right there. If you guys want to see part 2, you want to see all the run plays, do me a favor, hit the like button, and I'll do the run plays next, probably Monday. Other than that, thanks for watching Madden Money Shot out. Need more help or just want to show your support? Then head over to my Patreon and join my team, where you can get exclusive content like ebooks and bonus plays, as well as early access to my vids and more. Link in the description below.